What's up, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing the key takeaways, sort of a game reaction that I guess happened from the Chicago Bulls and Milwaukee Bucks game. If you guys didn't know, I did a full live stream watch along of that game, about 2 hours and 20 minutes of me being able to chat with some of you guys, which was extremely incredible. Again, it was kind of the first of hopefully many to come, and it was definitely nerve-wracking, definitely something I kind of knew I could do, in all honesty, because I have been streaming in the past on different platforms. But, to do it for a Bulls game and to have people come in and chat and stuff like that, it was a very nice feeling. So, yeah, thank you to all the people that tuned in for that. It was definitely, again, very memorable. And also, we got to see the Chicago Bulls in action. We got to see the goods and the bads, the pretty and the ugly. You got to see all of it in this Chicago Bulls game. We're going to be discussing it in this video. But before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Chicago Bulls, their game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Your key positives and takeaways. We did lose the game. I think the scoreline was 105 to 102. Again, I'm reacting to the game just about maybe a few hours afterwards because the game was at 4 a.m. for me and it finished at around 6 o'clock in the morning for me. So I did want to get some sleep. I did not want to make another video after that. So it is what it is from that standpoint. But yeah, altogether, it was a pretty interesting game to say the least. We saw the first half Chicago Bulls, basically the full team in its entirety. You saw a interesting rotation of guys. You saw, I guess, basically the best team and how they're designed to play. And then in the last couple of, I guess, minutes of the third and the fourth quarters, you got to see, I guess, the bench warmers, the guys that are fighting for contracts and stuff like that. And that's really where the Chicago Bulls fell in this game and lost. Now, for those people that are going to say if we lose to the Bucks with, I guess, we lost to the Bucks without Damian Lillard and Giannis, let's be real here. It's preseason, and not only that, it's the first game of preseason. And to be honest, that Milwaukee Bucks bench that they had on the floor has played more time together than the majority of those plays we saw in the second half. So I don't really want to hear about the wins and the losses. We're not here for the wins and the losses. We're here to see how this identity of the Chicago Bulls will go. I guess when it comes to 0-0 and when the games do really matter, you want to see that identity form in preseason before we head to a regular season. The last thing that we want to see is the Bulls team lacking zero identity as the first game approaches. No one wants to see that. So that's what I'm looking for here. And I'm not going to lie, the first half was actually pretty interesting to watch. I think a lot of the things that they talked about were being practiced in this game. They talked about attacking the paint. Well, I felt like they tried to attack the paint a little bit more, and that did lead to better three-point shot opportunities. We got a lot of points in transition as well, or a lot of transition opportunities. In the first quarter, we got a bunch of steals that led to transition as well. You saw a lot of good things in that department, and you didn't really see that much isolation or hero ball. There was the odd occasion where the ball kind of stuck in Zach or DeMar's hands, and it went to pick and roll offense, but very, very limited, which is great. This is what I wanted the whole time, being able to score in isolation and hero ball in small doses rather than that being the main game plan for the Chicago Bulls down the floor. So you got to see a little bit more of that ball movement. The ball wasn't sticking to anybody. In fact, sometimes you didn't even need to dribble to see the ball move from somebody's hands. You know what I mean? And we were able to take shots earlier in the shot clock because of that, and it allowed us to play faster as well because of that. So that is really important, in my opinion. That's a great sign in that first game, and I did enjoy that. And therefore, I enjoyed the first half of basketball for the Chicago Bulls. Yes, I think we could have done a tad bit better defensively. Let's be honest. Milwaukee destroyed us in paint points in the second half. Milwaukee had 12 straight free throws in the second half. So I'd say our bench unit and our, I guess, players fighting for contracts didn't do well defensively. I will give you that. It wasn't all positives for the Chicago Bulls in this game. But at the end of the day, I liked what I saw for the majority. And bear in mind, a lot of people are saying Kobe White should be moved to the bench because of how poor our bench unit actually played together in that second quarter, third quarter type of action. What I will say is this: that is not the main rotation you're going to see in the regular season. It's not going to be like that. You are going to see, we see it for the past 2 seasons. You're going to see it again. There's always a starter or two with that bench unit. You're going to see DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, when the games really matter, play with that bench unit. So the offense will come. So I'm not too worried about that. And I still would like to see Kobe White experimented with the starting lineup, but I would also like to see Javon Carter experimented with the starting lineup as well. I want to see both of those things before we end off preseason so we can make our fair assessments in a very, I guess, fair way, if you know what I mean. So again, a lot of positives, I would say, coming into that game. I liked the movement. I liked the tempo. I liked our defense in the first quarter, at least. I liked the fact that, you know, the ball wasn't sticking. I liked the fact that we took open threes, and it felt pretty simple in the first quarter, at least. And that is something that I did enjoy. But obviously, you look into the third and the fourth quarters of that game. I think we let it slip away, especially in the fourth. We let a lot of transition points go the other direction for Milwaukee. They attacked the paint with force. They got a couple of great dunks, a couple of nice layups, and the Bulls couldn't really score much in terms of the offensive side of thing. You had Jackson, who had a mean posterizing dunk towards the end of the game, and the guy with veteran kind of NBA experience, maybe not even veteran experience, just NBA experience, had to take over. The team was actually really solid from the three-point line as well. So there were some glimpses. Julian Phillips defensively, I thought, was fantastic as well. There was glimpses of good signs there, but you could clearly tell that that unit has not played a whole lot together, and they were the unit that kind of let it slip away because it was really close pretty much from the second quarter onwards. So it is what it is, man. I guess now that you kind of seen what the Chicago Bulls are going to look like, the biggest question that I have now is I don't really care about the loss or the win. I don't really care if Giannis or Dame are playing. I will also admit, by the way, that I do feel like Milwaukee in the first quarter made it a little bit too easy because it felt like they didn't come out ready to play. It felt like they were very lackadaisical in their passing, and that could either be the Bulls playing really well or Milwaukee making it a little bit too easy and making the Bulls look better than they are. I said that in the stream. I still believe that could be a potential outcome, but altogether I like what I saw, and that's all I could really say. At the end of the day, not everybody's going to come out to play, preseason or not, so you got to be ready regardless, and I think the Bulls did a good job in capitalizing on that. But moving on, what I really want to see now is, can the identity continue in the next game? We've got the reigning champions in the Denver Nuggets in a preseason game, I believe in Chicago, coming up fairly soon, which is going to be a test. We all know that. We all know Denver in general is a test, regular season or not. No matter who's really playing on that team or not, you know it's going to be a test. So can that, I guess, level of play, can that ball movement, can that identity, can attacking the paint and leading to three-point opportunities, can the tempo of the game, will all of that be able to continue? Can you keep that consistency going? You've seen the Chicago Bulls pass the ball a lot in the last 2 seasons. There were some games where we were getting 30-odd assists per game, but other games, we really shut down our passing and we went back to the isolation ball. So I've seen this type of play before from the Bulls, is what I'm trying to say, where the ball is moving, everybody's involved, you know, a couple of seconds, we're moving it quickly, and we're getting good shots because of it. And then, obviously, we have seen the other side of the Chicago Bulls. So, will the other side of the Chicago Bulls show up? Will you see isolation and hero ball a lot more in their game against Denver? These are the questions that I have. These are the questions that I'm looking forward to seeing the answer to in that next game. But I can't complain too much about this one, so I'm going to end the video here. I was very impressed with Kobe White. I was very impressed with guys like, you know, even Io. I was impressed with guys like Torrey Craig and his defensive work. A lot of people impressed me, but I'm very, very impressed with Kobe White. Wanted to give a quick shout out to him before I go. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. I will see you in the next Chicago Bulls related video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.